JFD, just fair and direct.
Okay, hello and welcome everyone. Welcome to JFD Traders Tea Time with me, Darius Anucauskas. Today's the 11th of November, 2020. So yep, welcome everyone. Welcome to this Wednesday's afternoon session where we're going to have a very quick look at the markets, a few of the charts, the usual stuff. But before we do that, as always, let's quickly have a read through our risk disclaimer. So, the content we produce does not constitute investment advice or investment recommendation, should not be considered as such, and does not in any way constitute an invitation to acquire any financial instrument or product. As always, a few seconds for you to read the rest and we can continue. Okay, so now then, also just before we jump into the charts, a quick mentioning of our JFD YouTube channel, to which you can always subscribe to in order not to miss any of our upcoming videos. And of course, our JFD Bank website and specifically our JFD research page, which we also update on a daily basis. So yep, feel free to visit us here on jfdbank.com and click on the research tab right there on the top, guys. So now then, jumping into the charts. Now the first one I want to pick up here is the German index, the DAX. Here not much is happening, to be honest, but at least it's in positive territory. However, as I've mentioned to you guys this morning, that in order to aim for some higher levels, I would like to see this push above this key resistance area near the 13,000, well, actually in between the 13,277 and the 13,297 levels. For now, it's just still below this, so of course understandable given we had already a steep up move here. The index is stalling right now, and yep, the buyers are now debating whether to go further or not. But from our side here, I would prefer to wait for at least a break above this area in order to consider some higher areas, some higher levels. And what I'm going to be targeting then will be the highest point of September near the 13,460 level, and then we'll take it from there. In terms of the downside, I need to see it drop back below this downside line taken from the high of the 3rd of September, and then yes, also a drop below this 12,842 territory could do the trick for more sellers. And now the S&P 500. Now yesterday we saw the index kind of trading fractionally in the red. You can see that the day before that, on Monday, we had a strong reversal back down, basically kind of bringing the price back below this previous all-time high here, which was reached in September, which is around the 3,588 zone. And what I was saying to you guys on Monday, that in a way, if it travels back down here, back below this area, then well, maybe then it's not really looking good here on the buyers side. And if we look at the cash index right now and where it's currently trading at, let's quickly have a look at that one. We can see that the price is trying to climb higher again, so it's currently sitting at around 3,571 mark. So basically it's back above this 3,550 zone, but still below this previous all-time high near the 3,588 zone. This will be very interesting to see what it's going to do, because again, for now, the all-time high, now a new all-time high, is the 3,646 level. But yeah, will it actually climb above this 3,588 level? Let's wait and see. Let's see how today's trading is going to go ahead. But yeah, be very careful, guys, for now. Yeah, be very cautious, and let's keep an eye on this level, this 3,588 territory. If we get a push above it, then my next target is the all-time high near the 3,646 level. But if it struggles with that and drifts back below the 3,550 territory, then well, maybe it's not looking good here for the bulls in general. So yep, we could see a further decline here, a further correction to the downside, because for now we'll class any move lower as a temporary correction as long as it remains above this 21-day EMA shown here as the yellow line. So again, keep your eyes on that one. down, and we are at a very interesting spot right now. Now DXY, very quick update here. The dollar index is pushing higher. It made its way above this 92.97 level. I talked about this this area this morning, and basically what I was saying, that if we get a pump above that one, yes, this could increase the chances for DXY to move higher. However, we do have this obstacle on the way here, this 21-day EMA, and in a way, that's why be very careful with that, guys. For now, we are it is at a very tricky spot, because in a way, if it continues, this 21-day EMA continues to provide good resistance, then we could see this index drifting back down. So that's why I'm taking a very conservative approach here and waiting for a push excuse me, waiting for a push above the 93.55 level first in order to consider some higher level. Now, jumping in terms of the downside here, of course, the 92.24 level, that's what I'm keeping an eye on, still keeping an eye on. And in order to kind of consider the downside, I need to see a break of that level here, and yep, then we'll take it from there. So that's why for now, guys, we are kind of playing here a little bit of a waiting game. Now, silver is pushing lower today. It failed to move above this 24.50 level. I talked about this one yesterday, and basically what I was saying, that if we get back above it, then maybe yes, we could see maybe an attempt to climb higher here. But to be honest, I would take a bit of a neutral stand here, because my preferred level here is for the upside is the 25.24 level. But as you can see, it kind of reversed back down here. Of course, the slightly stronger dollar is kind of helping this pair, or should I say helping, not pair, but helping the bears of this commodity to kind of to drift lower here. So in a way, for now, guys, I'm going to keep an eye on this one. For looking at this picture, it seems that there is a possibility for this one to drift further south. However, I'm not going to drag way to the downside this one. Initially, I'm going to aim for this 22.89 level, somewhere around here, guys, and then I'll take it from there. But that's, of course, if the price continues to trade below this 24.50 territory. WTI Oil pushing nicely to the upside. Everything is according to plan. What I was saying this morning, that given that we had a nice daily candle staying here above this area, above this 41.46 zone, the commodity continued to drift higher. It did reverse a little bit here this morning. It tested this area but this area now acted as a good support zone from where it rebounded, and it continues to travel higher. My next target that I'm going to be aiming for will be this 43.75 territory, marked by the highest point of August, and then we'll take it from there. In terms of the downside, I would need to see probably a move at least back below this 41.46 territory. Of course, all this area here up until this upside line, this steep upside line, would be a neutral one for me. But if it breaks this upside line, then yep, lower levels here could be met. Now jumping into Ripple, and Ripple is approaching, or should I say, it already approached this key resistance barrier, the 0.26 territory. I talked about this recently, and basically what I was saying, that I need to see a daily candle staying above this area, because again, we keep getting these overshoots, but we don't really get that daily candle remaining above it. So once we see this daily candle staying above this area, then yes, I'm going to start looking at some higher levels. But for now, I'm just playing the waiting game here, and of course, yes, it is very tempting. It is looking for, it seems that it could move higher again, but yeah, for now, I'm going to wait for that daily candle to stay above this 0.26 territory. NZDCHF, something that I don't look at very often, but sometimes it looks quite interesting. The most important thing here is that yes, we had a nice rally here this week, and still are having this nice rally, which is kind of breaking this highest point of June here near the 0.298 level, or in a way we could round it up towards the 0.63 territory. What we could do here is keep your eyes on the 0.63 level. If we have the daily candle remaining above it, then yes, maybe we could see a further move north here, further continuation higher, where we could test the high of the 17th of February here, right here, which is around, oh, actually, let me just rephrase that. We already almost tested that. There we go. So basically, that's quite interesting right now, that we've almost managed to, well, actually almost managed to test the high of the 17th of February, which is around the 0.6330. If by any chance this continues to provide resistance and we see the daily candle today reversing back below the 0.62 or should I say 0.63 territory, then maybe actually we could go for a bit of a correction here to the downside. So keep your eyes on this one, but if it continues to rally and pushes above this the high of the 17th of February of this year, then my next target here could be this high of the 24th of January near the 0.6430. But to be honest, let's see how this is going to play out today and tomorrow, and I'll pick up on this one tomorrow morning in my Traders Espresso just to see how everything's kind of getting along. But so far the NZD is on fire against a bunch of its major counterparts, and yep, let's see how this is gonna end up being today. But if it by any chance, if it, like I said, if the daily candle remains below the 0.63 territory, well, I mean, maybe we could see a bit of a correction here to the downside. USD/JPY, now this one is quite interesting. Recently when I looked at this one, I said that if we get a push further above this 105 territory, 104.95 territory, then yes, I'll aim for some higher levels. I'll target this downside line taken from the high of the 24th of March, but I'll be very careful near this area, because if it breaks this, then yes, a further move higher could be possible. But if it struggles with that, well, I mean, we could see another slide here, another round of selling. So that's why for now all eyes are on this one. I mean, I'm not going to say anything that here for now, because it's not really clear, but again, it could be very interesting once it makes a better move here. If, let's say, like I said, if it breaks this downside line, then yes, higher levels could be met. But if it struggles with that, then and then drops back below this, let's say 105.30 territory, or even better actually, if it starts dropping back below the 105.35 level right here, then I'll consider maybe a possible correction back down again. So Euro TRY, now this morning I talked about this one, just a quick update, not much kind of, let's say, to talk about here, but what I was saying this morning, that if we get a drop below the 9.4690 level here, then yes, this would confirm a forthcoming lower low, and my next target is the 9.2050 level, which, as you can see, we've managed to reach perfectly. So now the big question here is how this is going to shape up today. To be honest, I'm going to leave it for until tomorrow, because again, this was a nice move. Great, we've picked up on this one, so yep, that's great. So let's see now if it can continue drifting lower. If it can drop below the 9.2050 territory, then my next target is that psychological 9 level. EURGBP, quick update here. So it was under selling pressure, a lot of selling pressure, and to be honest, it has been under a lot of selling pressure since the beginning of this week. And but the most important, it reached one of my levels here, the lowest point of September, near the 0.8866 level, from which it rebounded and is now currently sitting here. So in other words, let me just remove all the drawings here and start a bit fresh here. So basically, this level I'm going to continue monitoring. If we get a drop below it, of course, and another slide below it, and if we see the daily candle staying below this area, then of course this kind of opens the door for further declines. But if it continues to, this area continues to provide good support, we might see a bit of a rebound here, maybe a move back towards this 200-day EMA, not far from the low of the 4th of November, which is around the 0.8945 level, and then we'll take it from there. So basically, for now, basically the idea could be that we could see something like this, guys. If we pop above the 0.8945 territory here, then, well, I'll take a bit of a careful approach, because let's not forget that we're still trading below this downside line here, taken from the high of the 11th of September. So keep your eyes on that one. Now, EURUSD. So finally, here the pair is kind of moving lower. So this is what I talked about this morning, that if we get a drop below the 1.1787 territory and then further move below the 21-day EMA, then yes, of course, lower levels here could be met. But of course, let's not rush into anything yet, because let's see how this daily candle is going to end up being here. If it stays below the 21-day EMA, then yes, like I said, we'll get a little bit more comfortable with that downside scenario. However, if it does something like this here, like we had here on the 4th of November, but just the opposite, basically makes a false breakout, a false kind of move here, and then reverses, let's say if the daily candle reverses back up here, then, well, I mean, maybe the bears are not really ready to drive this one lower, and the bulls might step in here and raise this one higher. However, for me to get a little bit more excited with the upside, I would like to see a push above this 1.1880 territory, somewhere around here. For now, I'm examining the downside, but I'm waiting for this daily candle to kind of, and just I want to see if it can continue to remain below the 21-day EMA. So let's see how this is going to play out. So guys, I'll have to wrap it up here. Thank you very much for watching and listening. This was a very quick overview just to see what's happening with the market. Join my videos tomorrow morning, as always, my Traders Espresso, 7 o'clock GMT time. I'll pick up on some of these instruments, some new ones, and we'll take it from there. So have a wonderful evening, everyone, and I'll see you later. Thank you very much, and bye-bye.